Well, hello, viewers, family, and friends. Thank you for tuning in another edition of Colin King Reviews. Really appreciate you tuning in each and every week.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you to all our new subscribers. I'm Kendrick, and it's my lovely wife Nicole.
Hey.
And this week we're talking about Married at First Sight season 9, episode number 14. Now
Woo.
this is actual decision day today,
Finally.
so it's the real deal. Here we go.
Yeah. So today is pretty cut and dry, pretty simple. We're gonna start with the couple that we always start with, Greg
Greg
and
and
Deanna.
Deanna.
Yes.
Yeah, our favorite couple.
Oh, they your favorite couple?
Well, I think it's been all season, I think. But we had to break a couple of them down for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we telling the real deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, it starts off. Everybody's leaving, their prospective households that they stayed at the night before.
Yeah.
They head over to where the experts are.
Mm-hmm.
Deanna comes in, Greg comes in,
Mm-hmm.
and then we start. The experts are like, "How's everything going? How
Mm-hmm.
was married life? How's these 2 months been? What's your decision?"
Mm.
Basically,
Yeah.
we start with Greg. Greg gives a monologue of these past 8 weeks
Yeah.
and what he
Recapping.
feels. Yes, how he's been feeling his doubts, his fears, or whatever.
Dislikes.
But at the end of it, he says he wants to stay married.
He does. Okay.
Now we go to Deanna. Deanna, how are you feeling? She's a little nervous. She didn't know. She's feeling a certain type of way because she didn't know how Greg was feeling. At the end of it, Deanna, do you want to stay married or do you want to get a divorce? And the intense music comes on. She want to stay married.
Mm-hmm.
I had hope for you guys. Thank you for not disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
That was the easy one.
That extra monologue, though.
Yeah, that was long.
It's kind of painful.
They are very dramatic on this
What in the
show.
world?
They drag stuff
Talking
out.
way too long.
Yeah, they drag it
And you
out.
know what you want to do.
Unnecessary.
You really already know.
Now, we're gonna talk about Keith and Iris. Keith actually calls his mom on the way to the decision day meeting. And so
Mm.
they have a conversation. He's still saying he don't know how it's gonna go. Iris is in her car and she's just like she already know what she wants. She wants to stay married. She hoped
Yeah.
that again she's shown Keith everything that she has to give. She's given 100% to this marriage.
That's what she said.
Here we go.
100%.
They walk in.
Hmm.
Dun 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 dun. The intense music comes. Iris, how's it been? She go through her spiel. Hey, okay.
No monologue.
They talk to Keith. How's it been? Are you sexually frustrated? Blah blah blah. He go through his little politically correct answers.
Mm-hmm.
Iris, would you like to stay married or would you like to get a divorce? I would like to stay in the marriage.
She did.
She did. We already knew she
She
was because she
said
said it
yes.
last week.
She told him on that.
Yeah. So then it goes to Keith.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know about Keith. Keith, remember, if you remember, I told you guys
Friend.
Keith put her in the friend. I felt some people didn't agree, but I felt Keith had put her in the friend zone back with the quarter story.
Yeah, she swallowed those quarters.
Yeah, so I felt like he put her in the friend zone back then.
Yeah,
Just
about the
his.
time I think he was really frustrated about that because he was deciding that hey, we talking about some secret stuff, and he was like, that's your greatest secret."
Yeah,
He swallowed some coins.
but even if you remember after that, everything kind of changed. It just wasn't the same. I didn't feel like it anyway, and I felt he put in the friend zone. And he said, yeah,
That's not mature enough for
Keith,
him.
do you want to stay married or do you want to get a divorce? After a whole bunch of intense
Going
looks
on and
and
on. Yeah.
you're a great person, you're beautiful, I'm attracted to you.
100% attracted to him.
But guess what? At this time, I think we're in two different places.
Yeah.
So for that reason,
Mm-hmm.
I no longer want to be married. I really, I want to say I wasn't surprised, but I didn't know because it could go up or down. I didn't know what he was gonna do.
I wasn't sure. He seemed pretty, calm, collected guy, and really a lot of patience. And so, but at the same time, yeah, he just after a couple games that the experts allowed him to play,
Yeah.
and she wasn't really participating right. And not that he wanted to play the game, he just it ain't nothing one of his ideas. Is the experts asked him to do it, and then by her not participating, I think that just really influenced him.
Yeah.
He's thinking she's talking about I'm not applicable with this, I'm not applicable with that. Doesn't apply to me. I'm not doing this, and
I think
I think
too.
he's just like, oh, that's not gonna work.
If you remember back when they went to visit at the child home, the visits when you go back to the house and she saw his trophies and stuff, his mom asked him. That was the first time his mom asked him. She said, "Yeah, I know Iris is very nice. She's sweet, blah blah blah." She said, "But are you happy?"
Mm-hmm.
Keith wasn't happy. I mean, he was happy. It was good. That was a friend. Go back to that friend zone. She was a cool person to hang out with. They got along. They had a lot of things in common.
Yeah,
That's good. But as far as a marriage and what he wants out of a marriage, he wasn't getting. So he wasn't happy.
right. And keep in mind too now, a lot of people may think that you know he's really not at fault because you really can't put the blame on him. It's just a lot of things were not done as far as the marriage. And then also, her mom even told her, she told Iris, she said, hey, eventually you got to jump in the pool. And I don't think she ever took that advice.
Well, Keith, he's nice. He may not expressed everything that he felt, but he tried to be as polite as possible and made sure that she
Yeah,
knew it wasn't her.
trying to be
He just
respectful as
felt
he
like,
could.
yeah, he just felt like they were in two different places. And hey, everybody in a marriage deserves to be happy. It
Yeah,
can't just be one person.
it's just not suitable
Yeah,
for each other
one
right
person
now.
just can't be happy.
Now, even with that though, the after fact, Iris still has hope. She's
Yeah,
hoping that, yet one day he can change his mind,
and I even said that. I think I was
get together
commenting on
later.
somebody, and we talked about that. Like, even though they're in the friend zone, who knows? Maybe uh a year from now, 2 years, maybe even some months. Who knows what happens in
Some
life?
time apart.
But yeah, they may come together again and say, hey, it's time. We're in a different place. We've had some different experiences, or we realized that, or Keith realized, because Iris was okay, that hey, I really want to be with you. So,
Mm,
it can always come back together. So,
right.
yeah. So, yeah, so they're no longer. Keith said no, Iris said yes. So, that's a no for them.
Yep. So two will be divorced.
Then we go to, you want to go on and hit Matt and Amber?
Hmm. I guess.
I don't even know where to start.
I don't either.
Casper, aka Matt. Okay.
Hmm. I
Matt is
already
full
know.
of it. Let me just say that. And he's full of it for a couple of reasons. Because they both get there. They're coming from their different places. They
Yeah.
both get there. Now remember, Amber just learned the night before that Matt
Walked out the bar with
was at
another
a bar
lady.
with an yeah, he learned she learned that from Raven.
Yep.
But when we get there, they're talking, how's everything been? Which the experts already know. Y'all know it's been a mess because he haven't
Hmm.
been there. And so we find out that Matt, so this is where it starts. Amber knew before Raven even said anything to her about another woman. She knew it was somebody else because she confessed to the experts that
Friend.
her coworkers who are teachers pulled her
Yeah.
into a room and showed her screenshots and text of Matt trying to hook up with one of the coworkers' friends.
Hmm.
So she already knew.
No, he was doing this while he was texting her while they were actually going to his old house where he was showing her where he used to stay, where he grew up.
Where I don't really think that was his old house, but I won't go back to that.
So he says,
Yeah.
yeah. So interesting developments.
So this is my point. Amber, you already knew.
She did.
You knew
She
before the
knew.
recommitment
She knew before the
day.
best friend told him what was
She
going
knew.
on.
But you're still trying to hold on to something. And you know this man, he hasn't put anything into this marriage since you got back from your honeymoon.
Mm-mm.
On your honeymoon, it was new.
Now he wants to stay married. You know, he really does. But the fact that Amber got a chance to go first. Yeah.
Matt
And
said that
if he
once
if he
women,
would have went first.
but once this came out, the experts are like, "Hey, we're gonna give you a chance to say something. What do you have to say for yourself?" He was just like, "Well, I just felt like we was here in this Matt. I just felt like
Friend.
we was friends, and so I was trying to just go out, and I was still holding out hope. You holding out hope on your marriage by dating and trying to hook up with other people." Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that
Okay.
it was pretty interesting development. So
Matt is
yeah.
full of it.
So
And
anyway, yeah. Go ahead, baby.
and so Amber was just like, but she threw us for a loop because she was just like, I can see why we're meshed up, and um, after everything, I still feel like we have so much in common. And
Yeah.
I was saying, no,
Well, she was
Amber,
teary eyed.
no,
She was
please,
actually crying
please don't.
while she was saying it.
Please don't. But she finally said, but I think I want to get a divorce. And I was like, whew,
I
that
was
was,
telling my wife, I said, now, she actually said, this is the right guy for me.
she did.
So we were like, oh, she gonna stay.
I
She
was,
gonna stay.
I was like, please don't. You're going to be crying every day.
And she was crying and saying, this is the right, but she said, with everything that has gone on, this is the right guy for me.
Yeah, she was full of it. So after she went ahead and said no, she wanted a divorce, Matt said no, he wanted a divorce. But at first he was in there talking like, well, maybe,
Yeah.
I was hoping that we could maybe get back to where we were on the honeymoon. And no, Matt, let's not play these games. You needed
Mm-hmm.
somewhere to stay.
As
You
you
had
know,
somewhere to
when you
stay.
watched the shows a few weeks ago, we had already said that he had someone else.
Yeah,
I
Matt
know
been
I
have
remember
somebody else.
mentioning that. You ain't hanging out with no dudes for 2 days
I had
or three
already
days.
said,
Your ring was in the dresser drawer
I had already
where she couldn't
said
find it. She didn't put it on top of the dresser. You put it
no.
inside the dresser. She just happened to find it that night that she was crying late and called her dad.
The first
He
night.
was gone. Yeah,
And
he ended
remember,
up gone a day and a half, or was it 2 days?
a day and a half.
You see what I'm talking about? Then the next time he was gone 3 days.
And remember
And he
though,
had the ring in the dresser drawer.
but remember,
Took it off. You don't do that. You know.
when he left the first time, they only had been married 18 days. Amber, you wasn't that deep involved with him where you couldn't have been like, deuces, I'm out. 18 days and you already staying out? You done missed a day of work? Oh no. No, no,
Yeah,
no,
she
no, no,
had to
no, no, no,
cry
no,
it
no.
out.
No.
And then she told him when he came back, she said, well, I'm going to give you to 2:30. I'll give you a 2:30 curfew.
If you have to give your spouse a curfew,
She
it's
said, you can
something
come home
wrong.
at 2:30, huh?
If you have to give your spouse a
Every
curfew,
night. He said,
it's something
as
wrong.
long as he home by 2:30 in the morning. Not 12.
But see, Kendrick had already called it with the bathroom situation, which I thought the bathroom situation was a good idea. Oh yeah, he gonna have a separate bathroom. That's
No.
cool.
I told him once
Kendrick's
he
like,
put his
nope.
stuff in that other bathroom, I said, that's
Kendrick's
it.
like, oh, he a
He in the
roommate.
next room.
He said he a roommate. I was like, no, he just giving us space. He
No.
say, nah, he a roommate.
And he was putting his stuff in that bathroom.
He called it.
I told him again, I said, that's his way of saying, I'm going to be in the next room. You're going to be in the other one.
Roommates. Anyway, they getting a divorce.
Matthew slash Casper. Anyway, so hey,
He hot.
Amber. Hey, she said we out.
He mad because the experts are like, I can't believe you did this. And again, it's the difference between him and Keith, and the reason why, because I still say,
They got a lot of proof.
if you're not happy in a marriage, then you do need to get out. If you're not going to get counseling to work on whatever it is you're going to do, then you need to get out. Everybody deserves to be happy in a marriage. And he wasn't happy. And he even said, he probably shouldn't have been on the show. He wasn't ready for a commitment. Okay, granted, but you cheated. Keith didn't. All you had to do was tell the girl. And she even said that all you had to do was tell me in the beginning, whenever you stop feeling however you was feeling, whenever you start staying out at night,
She didn't know
this
anything.
not going to be for me.
He never told her about how he felt.
He showed her, though.
He never told her at all.
But
he
he
never
showed
said
her.
that he wanted a girlfriend or whatever.
But he showed her. You don't have to tell me if you
should've
stay
just
out
told.
all night. You don't have to tell me. You're telling me with your actions.
So
the words don't have to come out.
Yeah, to be gone for 3 days.
No. Anyway, it's over. Amber, I'm glad you got your strength.
It looked like she was gonna stay for a minute.
Yeah, it did. She scared me for a minute. I was like, please don't do that.
Ongoing, talking and crying at the same time. So.
Yeah, it's like, don't do that to yourself. It's just gonna be painful later on for you. You just gonna get out of it now. But anyway, we're done with them.
All right. It was like Elizabeth and Jamie.
I'll let you handle this one.
Okay. So I guess the ex was asked, so Elizabeth, what do you think? How has it been? And she goes through all the little struggles that they went through. Of course, we've seen throughout the season.
All the name calling.
Yeah, and just the going back and forth, the roller coaster ride that everybody's been on with them, including us, just going up and down, up and down. So anyway, she decides everything she's going, and she's like, and even that last stunt he pulled about the little sexual thing and the game playing with the body. And you're thinking that maybe she would say no. And she says, but I would like to stay.
So she decides to stay married.
Okay.
Next.
Now we got to hear from this guy here.
He had some issues.
Oh, my goodness.
Both of them have issues, but he has some serious issues.
Now, he's talking about how she's supposed to be playing games and all. I'm tired of all the mind games and the this and the that and the temper tantrum, whatever.
I don't get enough sex.
All this there. And he said, that's not even good enough to stay married to you. That's not good enough. He said, this is not good enough. So he looks at her, gives her that look like, Control. So I don't know if this would be worth staying married to go through all this here. He gives her that look.
Controlling.
And then she blurts out,
you're scaring me,
You're
Jamie.
scaring me. And he smiled. He said, but you know what? I'm looking at all, when I think back on it, he said, all the good things. You know what? I did all the things that I do like. He said, I'm going to stay married.
They so full of drama.
Oh, man.
I was like,
he just needed to hear how much Elizabeth was willing to,
I don't know.
put up with him. And once she did that, he was like, okay, I can stay now.
I don't know. I didn't really know about them because I figured they would, just because.
It's a control move.
Yeah, but I figured they'd stay together, even though maybe they shouldn't. But hey, if they get some individual counseling, then get some marriage counseling.
They said it's healthy for them.
Maybe, yeah. Each to each his own. Each relationship is different. If you can be in a relationship where y'all get mad at each other and call each other names and stuff, and y'all come back, but y'all cool.
What tripped me out about Jamie, when he was saying, hey, why, he asked a question, why would I want to stay in a relationship dealing with that?
He said, why would I want to stay in a relationship that's deteriorating? It's like, why?
He says a few things after that. Next thing you know, he said, but I'm thinking back on all the good things. I'm going to stay married. So there you have it. So we got 2 divorcing, 2, staying married.
So guess what? We having an after party.
Got a little reunion going
We
on
having an after party
after the decision.
at the apartment complex that everybody stayed in. Remember, everybody was in the same apartment complex.
Mm-hmm.
So we having an after party
An after party
because it's
after decision.
the last night. Everybody's really gonna be moving out because they're gonna actually be staying
Right.
where they live. So
Right.
let's go. Jamie and Elizabeth are like they're hosting, they're cooking and barbecuing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
In walks Deanna and Greg. Hey, we stay. It was cute. They
Mm-hmm.
was fine. Who was the next one came? Was it no,
No.
Iris. It was Iris that came next, wasn't it? Because she came down by
No.
no, but it
It
was
was
Amber.
Amber was already there. Amber had came, and then Matthew walks in later.
Yeah, Matthew walks in later, but Matthew walks in after Iris gets there.
Mm-hmm.
Iris and Keith,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, because Amber was there.
Yeah.
Sitting down with them, and she was telling them how she felt like Matt had just been treating her real mean as of
Yeah, she
late.
felt like he was mad at her for telling everything that had happened to the experts. But let's go back up to the apartment because everybody's really packing up all of their things to leave.
Yeah.
And so Matt and Amber, they show them and they had their little pictures from honeymoon and different stuff up on the
Yeah.
refrigerator. And she was just like, well, what do you think we ought to do with those? He's like, I don't know. You want them? She's like, no, I really, that's not going to be good for me. So he was like, oh, okay. He took my refrigerator, put them in the trash. That man is something else. He is something else.
She
So
said, "You
anyway,
don't want them. You don't want them."
yeah, I guess hey, he say it's over. I'm gonna tell you why he says it's over like that in a
Throw
minute.
them right in the trash can.
So they go downstairs. Everybody's down there now. Amber's down there, and of course they know she's now with Matt. And Iris comes in, and they was like, "Oh, what happened, Iris?" She's like, "I'm gonna let Keith tell you." So
Mm-hmm.
they kind of figure,
Mm-hmm.
oh, okay, it's something going on. I think Matt or Keith comes in
I
anyway.
think Matthew came
Okay,
first.
Matthew came. He came and got him a
Had a little
little.
cap backwards on his head,
Yeah,
walking
he was
in
just
cool.
chilling. Man walked in chill. He's like, whatever. Hey, what's his sup? Matt is chilling.
Had a little beard,
Yeah, he
little
had his
beard
little
ball.
bird chilling, whatever. So they
Yeah,
all walking around talking. Keith come
they
in.
trying to throw darts at him though.
They trying to throw doors at him, but my man Matt, he was ducking. They say, Matt, what's going on? Why is this? Amber asking him, how could you do me like this? And, I feel like you mad at me. He's like, no, I just feel like right now that chapter's closed. It's
Never
over.
liked me, but your girl Iris jumped on him,
Iris did.
getting down on him.
So Matt, again, he said he ain't finna
Saying why
be,
you do it like that, and that was cruel.
he said he not finna be confrontational. He say what he finna do because the chapter in this book is closed.
Yeah.
He's out.
Now Elizabeth said something to him too.
Yeah, she did. So Matt say this book is closed. I'm out. He gets up and walks out. So they're like, okay, do 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 do. Keith,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
what happened? Keith looking like, oh crap, it's my turn.
Hmm.
He was, Keith again politically correct. He's like, Iris is a wonderful person. We really good friends. I feel like we just in two different places at this time.
Yeah.
So
Actually,
Jamie
divorce for that.
asked, what about the future? Could it be something? He's like, well, I don't know about the future, but maybe. I
Yeah.
don't know. So he kind of left that up
She
in the air.
smiled with that one.
She did smile. So that's pretty much how it ended.
Thank
It
you
was
for calling.
funny.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny to me. They had a lot going on.
Yeah, it was a
But
lot.
then Matthew said,
Mm. Chapter closed.
that chapter closed. On to the next. I say, ooh wee.
Yeah,
It's been on to the next though, Matt.
he was
You
trying to
ain't been
come at him
right.
some more, but he walked on out.
Matt, you ain't been right. You could
Was
have been
cool
gone
a
a long
while
time
and
ago.
left the rest of them in there.
That's all. I mean, you could have if you wasn't in it for real, you could have left a long time ago. Just because, you know, they say it's an 8-week process, don't mean you have to stay. I saw a season where this chick came back from her honeymoon and was just like, oh, this is over. So, I mean, come on now.
And they gave him extra time to actually get out this time. They gave
A
him,
recommitment,
they
yeah.
had it weeks ahead.
I don't
Figured
know.
out.
But Amber, I can't put everything on Matt when you had things and you just chose to ignore them. So, what can you say? Hopefully you can get some assistance and get yourself together so the next relationship you go in, you would expect more and I don't know, maybe you come out with better results or a different result at least. Hopefully.
Yeah,
It was a pretty good season though. I was ready for it to be over, but it was a pretty good season.
it was interesting to see,
Yeah.
to say the least. North Carolina. In
Yeah.
North Carolina. So, well, those are North Carolina folks. Now, I guess I don't know if they're doing anything next week.
Yeah,
Not
I'm not
sure. This
sure.
might be the total end
I don't know if they're doing
of
a
the
tell
film
all or
of Married at First Sight. Well,
yeah.
if it is, we'll come back next week with something. If not, we'll see you till the next season.
January 1st.
Yep, Married at First Sight. And that'll be
Yes.
season 10. So until then, appreciate you once again for looking at Colin King reviews.
Yes, it has been a ride.
Yeah, this Married at First Sight actually has been fun
It has.
learning these characters,
Mhm.
and then so hopefully we'll get some new characters and then learn about them.
We'll see. Thanks for all the comments and just the discussions we've had in the comments. It's
Well,
been great.
comments,
Truly enjoyed
questions,
each and every one
answers
of you guys.
each and every week. We thank you.
Yeah.
So coming from Kendrick and Nicole,
Yes.
really appreciate you. Well, until next time.